Good afternoon, Grace Lutheran friends and family. Mrs. Lane coming to you here from the playground at preschool. Hopefully you will remember playing back here on this playground and all the things and treasures you would find when you were looking around. I'm just wondering, are you enjoying these warm, sunny spring days? Have you been playing outside a lot more? Maybe you've been able to wear some short sleeve shirts. You've been able to ride your bicycle or your scooter. Maybe you've even been able to play with some chalk or some bubbles outside. Have you gone on a walk or even a nature hike? Mrs. Lane has really enjoyed this warm weather. Mrs. Lane has been working in her garden, flowers and vegetables, and I've also been taking walks and going on hikes. I just have something I want you to do for me. When you're outside, I want you to look all around you. Just stop running and stop playing and look all around. There are so many things for you to look at in nature. Look above you, look below you. Nature is all around. I'm reading to you today The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up, up, up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Another seed lands on a tall, icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. One seed drifts down onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. Finally, the wind stops, and the seeds fall gently on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse does not see it. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by. The sun shines. Rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full, they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore, they are plants. First, they send roots down into the earth. Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up toward the sun and air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big fat weed, and it takes all of the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants, and that little plant dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally, it too starts to grow a plant. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along, and oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 6. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it, and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at its flower. It's the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time, the flower's seed pod opens. Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. The end. Okay, remember how Mrs. Lane told you that I'd been going on lots of walks and hikes outside? I want to show you some of the things that I have picked up. And maybe you could see some of these things if you ask Mommy or Daddy or someone else in your family to take you for a walk. First of all, Mrs. Lane has all of these different rocks I picked up. And look at them. Some of them are big, some of them are little. They're bumpy and smooth, and they're different colors, all kinds of different rocks. I also found an abundance of sticks. Mrs. Lane couldn't pick up all the sticks that she found, but look, some of them are big sticks, they're thick sticks, then there's also skinny sticks, all kinds of sticks around. All right, next I found some wildflowers. They're really needing a drink. See how they're kind of falling over? They need a drink of water. Mrs. Lane left them in the car a little bit too long, but I picked these out on my walk, little wildflowers. I also found this. Actually, I found this up here at preschool. from the path that we used to walk and run on. This has green leaves on it, and look what else is hanging off of it. A gumball. Do you remember picking up these gumballs during playtime? And some of you would put them in your lockers and give them to your family when they picked you up. But see how these leaves are green? And they have points, sort of like a star. Look at these leaves. This is from like a locust tree. Look how small those little leaves are. And it has these things kind of growing on it. See that? And then check these leaves out. These leaves are dark. They're kind of a burgundy and green. Aren't those so pretty? Those are so neat. I picked those up for my walk yesterday. All right, then I found this leaf. This leaf only really has one point. It's not really shaped like a star, but it has these little bitty lighter green things growing and hanging off of it with these little bitty flowers. I don't know if you can see them. They're so teeny tiny, but I wanted to show you that. And then I also found this tree that was growing on my walk, and it was blooming these little pale pink flowers. And look at this. Wow, look how big those leaves are. Here's our star leaf that I showed you. Look how different. This one's shiny. This one isn't as shiny. This one has lots of points. This leaf is really thick, and this one's just kind of flimsy. And in the middle of this is a seed pod. Inside of here, when the weather gets really hot, it's going to open up and be a big white flower called a magnolia. And this one I saw, this one's my favorite. I think this might be a tulip poplar. Look at this leaf. It's big. It's a big leaf. If you compare it to these other leaves, see how big it is? And look at the best surprise that grows on this tree. Look at this pretty blossom. It has orange and yellow and green. It is lovely. All right, let's move down here. I also found different kinds of pine. This is a long needles. They don't really hurt. They're called needles, but they don't really hurt when you touch them. Those kinds of needles. And then we have this one. Look how different they are. Very different looking. Here's another one. Wow, are you wondering why that's two colors of green? This is dark green, and then here we have all these like limey colored greens, really bright. That is new growth on the tree. That is new growth. Next year, it'll be long like this and dark. It just grows and grows and grows. I have some other pines here. Look at this one. What is hanging off of the end of that branch? That is a pine cone. It has seeds inside of it. I also picked up some other pine cones for you to see, different shapes and sizes. Pine cones, seeds. And look at these little bitty baby pine cones I found. I was walking near a cemetery and found these. They're so cute. All right. I'm a Seed by Jean Marzallo, illustrated by Judith Moffett. I'm a seed. I'm a seed too. I'm going to be a marigold when I grow up. Me too. No, you're not. Why not? Because you're a different kind of seed. What kind of seed am I? How should I know? Wait and see. Wait, how long? Not too long. See, we're growing. My stem goes up, up, up. My stem goes sideways. My leaves are small and perky. My leaves are big and hairy. My flowers reach up to the sky. My flowers are hiding under my leaves. My petals are yellow and orange and frilly. My petals died. Now I have green balls. I have 20 flowers. My green balls turned orange. What in the world am I? A pumpkin plant! You grew 6 pumpkins. They're beautiful. Thank you. I am very proud. Know what's inside of us? What? Seeds. When my seeds are planted, they will become new marigolds. When my seeds are planted, they will become new pumpkins. There should be a name for it. There is. It's called life. I'm a seed. I'm a seed too. The end. Now I'm going to show you some activities that you can do that you might find in your backyard with some things you find, or if you get to take a walk, some things you find that you might be able to do at home. So Mrs. Lane showed you all the sticks that I found, or some of the sticks that I found. So one of the things you could do is look at your sticks and say, which one is the tallest one? That one's not too tall. Well, that one's a little bit taller. Oh, look at this one. It's really tall. We can put our sticks in order from the shortest to the tallest. Look at this. Here's our shortest one. Shortest to tallest. And you can just lay them down and put them in order from short to tall. Another thing that you can do is have mom or dad help you, or you could draw your own shapes on a piece of paper, and you could take your sticks and you could lay them on your shape to make stick shapes. Just like that. All right, Mrs. Lane found all of these rocks, all of these wonderful colors of rocks. So what you could do is look at your rocks and sort them by color. You could put all of these pinky orange ones together, and you could put all the white ones together, and you could put all the gray ones together, or you could sort them by size, or you could sort all the bumpy ones together and all the smooth ones together. Then maybe you could have mommy or daddy help you draw your letters, uppercase and lowercase. And think about the sound that each letter makes. B, B. You could take your rocks and set them on your letter, just like this, and trace it all the way around to make your letter with your rocks. All right, another activity that you could do is write your name on a piece of paper. Then you could get some glue, and you could pick up some things that you found from your nature walk and glue it on your name just like this. Trace your name all the way around. Another fun thing that you could do on a really warm, sunny day is get a blanket and lay down in the grass and look up at the sky. Is it breezy or is it really still outside? Are there clouds in the sky? Is it gonna rain today? Watch the trees blow. All right, another fun thing to do is a rubbing. A lot of you have done a rubbing when you've come to school. You rub with the side of the crayon Mrs. Lane found this lovely piece of bark. You can lay this underneath your paper and with your crayon on its side, rub across there and get that texture to come through on your paper, just like that. You can rub on a rock. You can rub on needles. Whatever you find outside, you could do your very own nature rubbing. All right, one last thing I want to show you that will need Mom and Dad's help. You need a rubber band, and you need a pretty strong stick, and attach some pine to the end of it. I have some green paint right here. This is like a little paintbrush. Dip it in your paint. Have a piece of paper ready, and you can paint a picture with your pine needles. I hope you all have a lot of fun with some of these nature activities. Mrs. Lane would love to see you get outside and take a hike.